In this video, we're going to cover how to add non-stock or outside purchase items to your work order. The first step we want to take is to add the actual code or line item to the ticket. We can do that by simply putting in the quantity and the item onto our ticket by these if we know what we're looking for, or you can utilize the wildcard over to the right if we're not 100% sure which code we want to utilize. We can go ahead and drop in a keyword. We use the keyword of outside. When I hit enter on my keyboard, it's going to pull up an entire list of all parts that match that search criteria in my system. Once I have my list, I'm going to go through and pick the part that best describes the outside purchase part that I'm going to bring onto my ticket. Depending on your setup, you can have as many of these codes in your system as you choose. I'm going to go ahead and do an outside purchase break. I'm going to drop in the quantity here in this box, and on this example I want to show you multiple parts, so I'm going to go ahead and do some electrical parts as well. Once I have my quantity on that line item, I'm going to go ahead and either click add to order in the upper right or simply hit enter on the keyboard. That pulls the line items into the ticket. Now we're ready to create our purchase order and get these parts ready to sell. You'll see that those line items come in as red. That's indicating a forward cost item has been added to the ticket. We need to create that purchase order and cost these parts out. The first step I'm going to take is to change this description. We don't want that description to say outside purchase breaks in my records. I want to change that to the actual part that I'm bringing in. So I'm going to highlight that and edit this description to ceramic brake pads, as that's the parts that I'm going to put on here. I'm going to go ahead and add in a part number. If you have the vendor part number, you could add that here. And I'm going to do the same thing for my electrical. Once I have the description changed, my next step is to create that purchase order. I want to go ahead and check the box to the left, select both items, and that activates this item cost button here at the bottom. Once I click on that, it's going to prompt me to select my vendor. I can search by typing in the vendor's name. I can type the full name, or I can just put in the beginning parts of it. Or if I simply just want to find all vendors, I can select find all vendors, and that'll give me a list of all. I click on find vendors. It automatically highlights the vendor that I'm looking for, and I'm going to click on select vendor. This brings me into the purchase order itself. At the top, it's going to list out any open purchase orders or locked purchase orders you already have in the system. But in this case, we want to create a new one. We don't want to utilize an existing so that it links to the reference number of the purchase or the work order that we're working in. So I want to drop in my cost here. You can see that it's bringing the quantity based on what I put onto the ticket. I'm going to put my cost per item into here. It's already going to calculate my price by what I've told it to. In this instance, it's asking for a minimum GP. You can also choose to do it by the item price setting, meaning what I've priced this outside purchase code as in my system. So in here, I'm just going to do a simple 50% markup. Down here, I have two options. I can not receive this purchase order. If my parts haven't arrived yet, I probably don't want to receive the purchase order just yet. I want to just get it created. Or I can receive this purchase order and create my payable. I'm going to do the example that we have already received the parts, they're in my hand, and I'm going to go ahead and create my payable. I'm going to add to new PO. And that's going to prompt me for the invoice number from the vendor. I'm going to take that invoice number and enter it here. I'm going to double check and verify that my date is correct here on my invoice, as well as my purchase order post date. If you choose, you can backdate these if we're working from something that needs to be in a different date range. Then I'm just going to simply click on finalize. It's going to give me a printed version of my receiving document, my purchase order, you can see that on this purchase order, it indicates who ordered the parts here on this, and this can be referenced at any time in the back office. Now that I've completed that, you'll see to the left that we have a purchase order here. My parts have been received, and I'm ready to do the work and invoice out my customer.